Hi, my name is Siobhan Keenan, and my research question was, should NASA continue to send humans into space, or should they send robots instead? We're going to start out with a quote. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise, its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before. This iconic intro to the popular series Star Trek is often used when discussing space travel, as is the show in general. Star Trek paints an idealistic picture of space travel, focusing specifically on its crew, who are the main characters throughout every iteration of the series. In Star Trek: The Next Generation specifically, one member of the crew, Data, is an android, a robot designed to look and act like a human. This human and robot crew raises some questions of what lies in our future. As you can see, on the left is the character, Data, from Star Trek: The Next Generation, and on the right are some well-known characters from Star Wars, droids. The two series are set in the future, but we are rapidly approaching the day when we are able to create these robots to work alongside our human crew members. Therefore, I am suggesting that instead of sending just one, humans or robots, we send them both and develop teams designed to work together, bringing together the positive aspects of both options. Robotic exploration today looks like this, not necessarily as humanoid as it does on TV. However, that doesn't mean that our robots now aren't any less high-tech or as long-lasting. On the left is Voyager 1, a space probe launched almost 40 years ago. It is currently the farthest spacecraft from Earth, and its mission is expected to continue until 2025. On the right is the Mars Curiosity rover, a car-sized robotic rover that is currently exploring Gale Crater on Mars as a part of NASA's Mars Science Laboratory mission. Human space exploration has changed a lot over the years, with past missions including the Gemini, Mercury, and Apollo programs, with Apollo being the most well-known because it included the moon landing, Apollo 11. Currently, the most important missions involve the International Space Station, as seen on the left. This picture by NASA perfectly symbolizes the issue at hand. As you can see in this picture, a human astronaut faces off with Robonaut, a humanoid robot created by NASA to be more like humans in order to use mechanical hands. The answer to this question, who should pioneer and continue spaceflight, who wins this face-off, will shape the way humanity, or its creations, will take on the universe that is almost within our reach. In Derek Thompson's A World Without Work, he discusses concerns people have about robots taking away economic opportunities especially for humans. This is also a concern in regards to spaceflight. Much like in a factory, many are concerned that robots are taking spaceflight jobs away from them. However, with my solution of a human and robot crew, this concern would not be an issue. Derek Thompson's work connects to this quote from Ronald Reagan's address to the nation on Labor Day in 1971. When you have the latest technology to help you do your job, it means you can do more with the same effort. What he means here is that advancing technology is meant to be an extension of human effort, not a replacement. A prime example of this is the crew of the Starship Enterprise. Now, economically, space travel is expensive. As of right now, there's not a good, reliable way around that fact. The total cost of all 20 Apollo missions was $25 billion, and the cost of just the moon landing was $355 million. On the other hand, the cost of the robotic Mars missions, or their budget in 2011, was $2.5 million. Oops, I skipped one. Sorry. As you can see, the manned missions were much more expensive. This is because of the fact that humans require more gear, materials, and most importantly, a round trip, while robots usually require none of these things. However, manned missions have many more benefits that will greatly outweigh those economic downfalls. The moon landing, Apollo 11, is the most iconic manned spaceflight mission to date. It ended one of the greatest rivalries of the 20th century between the US and Soviet Russia, the space race. In this way, the Apollo missions were not just scientific, they were also geopolitical. The space race also kick-started economies back on Earth. The economic aspects of space travel remain on Earth long after the crew or the ship blasts off. Space exploration advances the field of medicine, communications, navigation, and meteorology, with innovations like batteries, globe positioning systems, weather satellites, eyeglasses, cancer imaging, mechanical arms, and fiberglass. This is because NASA specifically works to bring the innovations in space travel into other parts of the economy. Space travel also creates job opportunities. NASA itself employs almost 18,000 people, and other opportunities lie in robot manufacturing. Especially with the innovations and economic advancements made in other fields, the job opportunities created within space travel and its effects outweigh the economic downfalls. So you might be thinking, why don't we just send robots? It would be safer, less expensive, and give us lots of scientific data. Or maybe you're thinking, let's just send humans. They have better cultural effects, and it would be better than letting robots take our jobs. Well, those solutions have other effects you might not be thinking of. First of all, while robots would be safer, because with no humans involved, no humans could get hurt, along with that, they offer quantitative data, or data just based on science and numbers. And as mentioned before, they only require a one-way ticket. However, robots do have their downfalls. They can only be used once, because they most likely won't be brought back. They are also very specialized to their environment, meaning they can only do a few things despite being highly advanced. Along with that, they can only give us scientific data, while humans can offer insights on the philosophical aspects of space travel, such as fear, beauty, and peace. Now, sending humans has its benefits and downfalls as well. While humans can offer philosophical data, as I just discussed, space travel also satisfies our need as a society for exploration, which can be seen throughout history. Humans in the field can also make snap decisions based purely on instinct alone, and they are faster, so they can act on these decisions effectively. As I discussed before, there are definite safety risks, and human space travel is more expensive. In addition, humans require more gear, such as first aid, food, and space. As I have discussed, the return trip is kind of important to the space program. Again, because of the factors I have discussed, I am suggesting a crew made up of both humans and robots. A crew made up of both humans and robots would result in a team uniquely qualified to collect massive amounts of both scientific and philosophical data, make snap decisions, create cultural and economic growth on Earth, and most of all, creating and advancing industries and jobs. Therefore, sending humans and robots into space to be the forefront of exploration is the most effective way to pursue the knowledge of the universe. While it may not be the most economically efficient way, benefits outweigh the economic downfalls. I'm going to end with a quote from renowned astrophysicist Stephen Hawking about the importance of spaceflight from NASA's 50th anniversary celebration in 2008. If the human race is to continue for another million years, we will have to boldly go where no one has gone before. Thank you.
First question. What evidence did you gather that you did not use, and why did you choose not to use it?
I decided not to use some opinion pieces for people that I did not trust the qualifications of, specifically some MIT students who did not sound that qualified. They just sounded like they were writing an essay because they had to. And I didn't use it because I didn't really trust their qualifications at all.
Thank you. If you had more time, what additional research would you conduct related to this issue?
If I had more time, I would conduct research related to what a human and robot crew would actually look like and what the most economically feasible aspect of the crew would be. Because, as I mentioned, Star Trek The Next Generation is very idealistic with an android in the crew, and it's super high-tech, and we're not there yet. So I would like to see the most economically feasible option for a human and robot crew and where they could go.